This episode of The Unstarving Musician is powered by liner notes. Learn from the hundreds of musicians and industry professionals I've spoken with for The Unstarving Musician on topics such as marketing, songwriting, touring, sync licensing, and much more. Sign up for liner notes at unstarvingmusician.com. It's an email newsletter from yours truly in which I share some of the best knowledge gems garnered from the many conversations featured on The Unstarving Musician. You'll also be privy to the latest podcast episodes and liner notes subscriber exclusives. Sign up at unstarvingmusician.com. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. This is The Unstarving Musician. I'm Robonzo. This is my podcast. It features conversations with independent music artists and industry professionals with occasional special topic episodes featuring yours truly. A glimpse into the minds of my varied guests, all intended to help independent music artists better understand the marketing, business, and creative processes that empower us to do more of what we love. Make music. Welcome to another episode. How are you? Where are you? And yes, what are you wearing? These are the things I continue to be curious about. I hope you're doing great today. A bit of housekeeping in the form of an announcement to kick things off here. As the Unstarving Musician podcast got closer and closer to 300 episodes, I have decided to make episode 300 the final episode. This is one of 4 final episodes that you're listening to now. They will be, all 4 of the last ones will be solo episodes. That means just me, no interviews. And I'll be discussing topics I've written about for liner notes subscribers, which I hope you will enjoy and benefit from. The podcast has been life-changing for me. It's afforded me the opportunity to speak with and learn from hundreds of talented and inspiring musicians and music industry professionals. My decision to stop producing new episodes is purely a time thing because I'm ready to focus on other projects, including my own music and musicianship. But fear not, the Liner Notes newsletter and the Unstarving Musician blog will continue. If you have not yet signed up for Liner Notes, you can do so at unstarvingmusician.com/liner notes or at unstarvingmusician.com for that matter. And I have a lot of ideas for new ways of sharing all the knowledge I've garnered from the many interviews conducted for the podcast, so there will be more coming, and more on that soon. So yes, this is one of the final 4, just me, so no more interviews, like I said. So please enjoy this conversation with just me. Just kidding. So the topic I'm going to talk about with you today is near and dear to my heart. It is leveraging your email list, and hopefully you have one. Once you have started building your email list, you want and need to leverage it by sending regular emails to your subscribers. These are your supporters, your fans after all. Start by considering how often you'd like to email your subscribers. In my experience, this can be one of the most challenging commitments when it comes to email, so think about it carefully. You can choose the frequency, or you can change the frequency, to say, if you overcommit at first. So maybe you thought you'd do it twice a week or once a week, and it's like, that's too much. Dial it back, but start somewhere. But know this, your subscribers will lose interest in you and possibly even forget about you if your emails are too irregular or too infrequent. So that is why you want to get them on a regular basis. Communicate with them on a regular basis. Next, planning ahead is your friend. So plan ahead so that you're not at a loss for what to write about each week or every couple of weeks, however often you decide to write. And the best planning tool is a simple spreadsheet in the form of an editorial content calendar. Now, if you're not familiar with what an editorial calendar is, it is basically a planning tool for planning creation, publication, and promotion of your content across different media channels such as blogs, social media, podcasts, and email newsletters. You can use your editorial calendar to capture ideas for upcoming emails and as a way to schedule emails in like a logical order. My suggestion is, if you're a songwriter, you know all about doing this, but keep a notepad or keep your phone notes, whatever voice recorder handy, so when you come up with a good email topic idea, just like you might with a song idea or any reminder, you can capture it right then, and then you can put it on your content calendar later. I'm going to give you a link in the show notes for this episode for a very simple template that I use. It comes from a more sophisticated template, which I can also share if you contact me, but this one's pretty simple. You can use it if you like. You can customize it, but it's just for you in case you need a little more familiarity with a content calendar and how I use it. If you want the more complicated, not in a bad way complicated, but more complex, sophisticated, that's a better word, a more sophisticated email template, if you're interested in seeing that, I have one that I actually got from a podcast course through Pat Flynn, who's the creator of Smart Passive Income, and it's really cool. It was a bit much for me though, so I distilled it down to like 3 sheets, I think. But it's a cool template. I think it works well for some people, so you can contact me if you want that one. Again, I'll leave a link in the show notes for this episode for a very simple format content calendar, so you can have something to plan with. As an independent musician, there are many things you can write about on a recurring basis, including current projects, upcoming shows, merchandise for sale, sneak previews, music videos, crowdfunding, and all kinds of other things. Just the themes, the topics are limitless, really. And touching on the anatomy of an email, I recommend you start your emails with something personal. And it doesn't mean you have to share your deepest, darkest secrets, although maybe some people would be into that. But you don't have to do that. You can share things you've been thinking about or something fun that happened recently. You can be as personal as you like, but the best stuff to share is insider stuff, and your insiders are your email subscribers. So think of exclusive things you can share with them, and believe it or not, people will like some of the personal stuff, so you can get as personal as you want. I kind of dial it back a little bit, but occasionally I tell subscribers some pretty personal things. You know, people sign up for your email list to stay in the know, so to speak, and to learn more about you as an artist and a person. It doesn't really even matter if you're making music or you're doing some other form of art or content creation. This is the way it is. And by sharing this way, subscribers will be more inclined to appreciate and enjoy your emails. If you're not much of a writer, though, just use a short format that covers any of the items I've mentioned above. You can even, in fact, I highly recommend you just sort of come up with a format. Start with something personal, maybe continue with something you're working on or something you read, something that inspired you, and then tell them about your upcoming shows. That's one example of a template you could use. I usually, the Unstarving Musician liner notes email has a pretty specific format. I dive into some topic that I hope you'll find very interesting and helpful. The podcast emails that go out talk specifically about new episodes that are out. They both have very clear formats. My music artist related emails, I'm still working on that format, but for the most part, I just share something new that I've done. Lately, it's been like videos that I'm making, like promotional reels for some project or other I'm working on. When I finally write another song, I'll have a whole myriad of things to talk about and share with them. So yeah, and look at sign up for somebody else's email list if you're not already on one, and see what they write to you as a musician, if that's what you do. And okay, so how is all of this going to help you? Your email list subscribers are among the most likely to spend money on your music and merch. They are your supporters after all. They sign up for a reason because they want to support your art. They're also among the most likely to be interested in attending a show or hosting a house concert. And why is that? Like I said, they are your supporters. They've trusted you with their email address, so give them what they want. Give them the goods. So after your opener, share something you're working on, like I said. Let them know about upcoming shows. Gosh, I already said that, didn't I? But these are good things that you can share with them. Give them a little something when you have something to give. Maybe a subscriber exclusive video or demo, some exclusive photos of you or handwritten lyrics, Maybe you'd like to do like a drawing or some exclusive bit of art, or for a house show, like an exclusive performance online or in person. So get creative. You can think of stuff. You can create deeper connections with an email list and with an email service like ConvertKit. I love ConvertKit. I've been using them for a long time. I'm even an affiliate. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about ConvertKit. I'll leave a link in the show notes where you can create your own free account with ConvertKit. And because I'm an affiliate, if you use that link and convert someday to a paid account, they will pay me a small commission, which is a great way to support the Unstarving Musician and me. But you don't have to do that. And if you do, it won't cost you anything, so don't worry about that. All right, so creating a deeper connection. Start by not renting your audience. That's basically what you do when you limit it to social media. Social media is very important, but if that's the only thing you're doing to communicate with your fan base, you are truly renting your audience and your fans. You can own it. You can own an email list. That's yours, and it really is by permission. It's the best way to go. You can create a deeper connection with your fans by reaching them directly in their inbox with personalized updates that turn casual listeners into super fans, and no algorithms getting in the way. Let's face it, social media posts are fleeting. And I know some people say, email is the old way, nobody reads email. That's not true. Maybe it is an old way. It's been around for a long time, but people still have email, and people who sign up for your email want to get them, and they will always get them. The stronger the connection with your fans, the more control you have over how you earn a living with your music, and there's no stronger way to do that than with an email list. So I'm trying to encourage you here to do this, to do these things I talked to you about today. So ConvertKit is basically audience building software. They can help you grow your fan base and connect with those fans and earn a living with your music, like I said. So you can create a free account today at convertkit.com. You can use a link that's in the show notes if you want. I would appreciate it, but I appreciate you anyway. And if you another thing about ConvertKit I really wanted to tell you, and the reason I mentioned them is because in the last year they created a what do they call it? Creators community. That's not right. Creator network. I think they call it the Creator Network. It is people like me and others who are creating stuff and using ConvertKit, and it's a little ecosystem they have of people who are interested in seeing what other creators are doing. Some of those people, in my case, are musicians, and I've had a lot of new signups through this new Creator Network. So I think it's a real cool bonus. I just referred a friend to them, and she's really digging it, and she hasn't even gotten to the whole Creator Network thing. Now, by the way, it's been huge for me in recent months in increasing my subscriber numbers, but there's no guarantee it'll be that way for you. I don't think it's that way for everyone, but the trick is to just keep creating content, keep sending emails. I send one a week because I've been doing weekly episodes, but I send one every other week for in the form of liner notes. And then occasionally I send one for my personal music-related projects. Yeah, I think that's really the key. Keep working at it. Keep trying to create quality, informative, fun, interesting emails, and you too can grow your list that way. But you want to do other things, and I guess I'll mention those here. I mean, you heard me talk about liner notes at the top of this episode. That is because I want people to sign up for liner notes. You can mention it on socials, obviously. Tell everyone you know. And if you have questions about ConvertKit, or if you haven't started your email list yet, feel free to contact me. You can find my contact info on socials. I've got one of those forms. I think my email's there. You can text me. I'm happy to answer questions about getting started. I'm happy to answer questions about ConvertKit, so feel free. All right. Best of luck with leveraging your email list. I know you can do this, and thanks for listening. If you do not yet have a website for your music, check out Bandzoogle. It was created to help musicians and bands build their website and manage direct-to-fan marketing and sales. Bandzoogle has amazing design options, a commission-free store to sell music, merch, tickets, and more, plus tools that can capture detailed fan data for you. Try it free at bandzoogle.com. Use the promo code ROBONZO, ROBONZO, to get 15% off your first year. Thank you for listening. You can leave us feedback, questions, comments, complaints at unstarvingmusician.com/feedback. If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. If you love this podcast, please visit unstarvingmusician.com/crowd sponsor to learn about the many ways of showing your love and support. Your support does indeed equal love. The series music you heard in this episode is New Gods Part 2 by yours truly. Find links for all the places to hear the full version with vocals by yours truly at robonzo.com. Find links for all the people and things talked about in this episode at unstarvingmusician.com. Peace, love, and a whole lot of gratitude.